Alright, everybody, welcome back to Ringside Brew Wrestling Podcast. This is episode 28. Today we're going to be doing SmackDown review. Jesus, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling generally good, but if you're my age, you wake up and your back is always a little bit tight. So that's what I'm dealing with, but I'll be fine. I'll be good.
We all get there sooner or later. Now, guys, we are recording this on a Sunday afternoon at this point. Typically, we try to do it on Saturday nights, but I was a little bit busy. But yeah, I just caught SmackDown this morning and good Lord, another 3 hours. It's always 3 hours. It's so painful now.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get longer, but yeah, 3 hours.
Yeah, but surprisingly, I thought SmackDown was quite pleasant this week. It wasn't as painful as usual. So I may not be raging as much.
Good for your heart, good for your blood pressure.
Yeah, but I think people want to tune in to see me rage, you know.
Yeah, I guess they do.
Anyway, quick introductions. My name is Dave. You all know that already. I have been a pro wrestler for 13 years, and I've been doing creative and match production for about 2 years now. Joseph.
Yes, my name is Joseph Moses Vijay, and I've been wrestling for 4 years myself. I also do ring announcing and live commentary.
Yes, multi-talented is what they call it.
All of us are, yes.
All right, before we continue, guys, just the usual social media stuff, guys. Follow us at ringsidebrewpod.sg, TikTok, Instagram. Also, please hit us a follow and subscribe on our YouTube and Spotify, Ringside Brew Wrestling Podcast. Every single share, every single like, every single follow or subscribe really, really helps. So please just take 10 seconds of your time. Just hit that button for us and we appreciate you guys. All right, thank you. Anyway, to the actual podcast. You know, Ringside Brew, we always have a tradition. I forgot who went last week. I think it was me. How about Joseph, you go this week?
Okay, I will go first. So today, I actually have a Kronenberg Rosé beer.
Wow.
So, you know, something like you say, a Sunday afternoon. Not just Sunday afternoon, but it's currently the weather in Singapore is hellish.
It's my balls are sweating. It's just...
At least we don't have to see that.
Well, guys, you know, guys out there, have you ever felt sweaty balls, like especially your own? No, I mean your own.
Okay.
It's okay to feel others. I'm not saying it's no good, but you know, your own. It's very hot in Singapore right now. When my balls are sweating.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's why I'm getting something cool and refreshing to drink.
We went off topic there.
Very much.
Sweaty balls. Okay, I'm having something simple. I actually had one this morning because I was craving this. This is Killarney milk tea. Killarney milk tea. I think for us Singaporeans, Killarney is quite I wouldn't say popular. It's a
household name. Yeah,
it's a household name. Yeah, it's a household name.
Everybody knows. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has at some point walked past a Killarney in Singapore. This is their milk tea version. One can is about... Where's the nutrition? There we go. One can is 94 calories.
Okay.
Which is not a lot for a can of milk tea, I presume.
Yeah.
Right?
I have never tried that, so I'm happy to hear. I'm looking forward to hear your description.
Okay, so I'm going to try it again, but I will review again. So let's...
All right, cheers.
Wait, hang on. I got skill issue.
Oh, no, okay.
Okay.
I'm interested to see the color. Cheers. Oh,
Joseph and his fancy beers. It's a little bit pink. It's a little bit pinkish.
Yeah, I mean it's rosé. If it was purple, that'd be weird. Or black. Yeah. Cheers. Let me try it.
All right. So it's really it doesn't taste any different for your kopitiam milk tea. So I would suggest to grab it. It's not a lot of calories, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite good.
Ooh, this is actually quite sweet on the first taste, but then at the end, it's quite clean. Not a lot of aftertaste. So, but it's refreshing. So.
Yeah, I love sweet beers. All right, let's start off with our review of SmackDown. All right. Actually, a lot of things happening. There were a lot of segments, and generally, SmackDown this week felt okay. It wasn't like a hard watch, I would say.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't get restless.
Yeah, I didn't get restless. I would say that it's definitely not better than Raw. It was not as good as Raw, but it's still decent, better than your typical SmackDowns. So let's start with the honorable mentions. Danhausen took over the night.
Yes. Well, he took over Miz's house for a bit. Well,
Yes, he took over Miz's house. It was hilarious. Typically Danhausen shows up in like 1 hour segments. He did, or you know, he doesn't get more than 3 minutes usually. Right, it's always backstage segments. But this time he has an entire movie about him breaking into the Miz's house. It's like multiple segments of it. 2 segments, I believe, and then there was a match for him as well. But anyway, he had a lot of time on SmackDown this week, and I thought it was very funny. He broke into the Miz's house. Miz, he constantly keeps getting wrecked by his environment. He fell into his pool. He was chasing Danhausen out, and he kind of like, I don't know what did he use, I can't remember, but he sprayed something on Maurice. Don't think dirty, guys. Don't think dirty.
Chocolate powder.
Yes, chocolate powder.
Yeah. So you're right, he was chasing Danhausen over the house. Eventually, he manages to chase Danhausen outside, but he mistook his wife Maurice for Danhausen, or he misfired.
I would say it's a misfire. There's no way you can mistake Maurice for Danhausen.
And then the chocolate powder that was meant for Danhausen ended up in Maurice's face. So
so even though Maurice wasn't cursed, right? I think she was cursed. She was cursed on the red carpet, no?
She was cursed I think at Vegas when they were getting their vows renewed, she got cursed.
And
then her face went in the cake. So
Maurice did technically get cursed also. So the Mizanin family is now cursed.
Yeah.
Please don't curse the daughter, Danhausen. No, it's a very hilarious segment.
He took the daughter's bicycle. There's so many things going on. I love it. There's so many elements.
It was very chaotic. It was very Tom and Jerry.
Yes, it is a very Looney Tunes. At this point, it's Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about, when you talk about Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Tom the cat will always kena.
Yeah.
Right? He will always kena. And this is the Miz and Kid Wilson now, right? That's basically the storyline, right? They're the wolf, the coyote wolf, always will kena in the cartoon.
Okay, so I would say, right, Miz is Tom and Kid Wilson is the black cat.
I
think the black cat is called Butch. Yeah. So I can't, don't quote me on that, but there's always a black cat that's secondary to Tom. If you guys watch Tom and Jerry. No, but the whole thing just felt like a Tom and Jerry show. It was really funny. And then they brought it to the ring. The match itself, obviously, Danhausen is not going to wrestle a 5-star match, right? But it's going to be a gimmicked match. He cursed. He won via a curse again. And then he rose the Miz up, and that was it. It was really, really funny. Guys, we gave you a lot of context, right? But I would say just go and watch it. You're gonna have a good laugh. Though I do have questions for this, right?
Okay.
I do have counter questions to this. Now, we have been watching Danhausen. We've been seeing Danhausen quite often nowadays. His segments are getting longer and longer. He's getting like, maybe this is his second match, but I'm sure he's gonna get more matches along the way. And the question is, right, are WWE exposing Danhausen a little bit too much? Because like, I love Danhausen. I love the gimmick, and whatever angle he's in right now, I love it. But I'm starting to feel that this is going towards the direction of being a little bit draggy.
Okay.
Do you feel that way?
Okay. No, interesting. When you mean draggy, do you mean that it doesn't seem to progress? Like it's just same joke every week? Do you feel that way? Or?
I would say but it's kind of like the same joke, but it's said differently. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And also like this feud with the Miz has been going on for well over like 1.5 months now. With no end in sight, because the Miz is still chasing after Danhausen. We don't know what's gonna be the end goal for this. So I will say it's getting a little bit draggy, but again, I like what I'm watching. I'm just kind of feeling that it's one step away from a disaster. We are aging towards a disaster feud already.
You are a bit of the pessimist, but I see your point.
Come on.
I see your point because at this point, I also noted that you're right. This whole Tom and Jerry Mrs. Mansion segment, there's a lot more elements now. Now it's the second time Maurice has appeared as part of this. Yep. Right. So I noted, okay, are we eventually going to see Maurice versus Danhausen? Because
No lah, Maurice is not an in-ring
she's
performer
retired, man.
already. Yeah,
She's retired already. Yeah.
she did officially retire, but we all know that she's not an active performer.
Or is it the Mrs. Daughter will have a bike on a pole match? You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of elements already. And you're right to ask, where is this going? Right? Where is this going? If they just keep this as a Tom and Jerry segment, it's also a bit, it will get deflated sooner rather than later. Yeah.
The joke will get a little bit deflated, as Joseph has mentioned. So like again, we're quite, one wrong move and this could go sideways. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I still enjoy what I'm seeing on television. Don't get me wrong. Television on Netflix. I still like Danhausen a lot. So hopefully they don't overcook this gimmick. Just keep it simple. All right. Actually, there's not a lot of honorable mentions this week because everything else is involving the title scene. Let's talk about some NXT call-ups.
Yeah, there was quite a few on this episode.
Right. Let me just name some first. Of course, if you watch the episode, you get Fatal Influence. We'll talk more about them because they were very heavily involved in the title scene. Some other notable names, we've got Blake Monroe.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce it right? Monroe?
Yeah. Blake Monroe. Yeah, you did it right.
Blake Monroe. I actually haven't seen some of her work. A bulk of her work because I don't really catch NXT and I don't really catch AEW that often because obviously she's from AEW, right?
Yeah.
So I'm quite excited to see what her character is. The vignette was quite cool, I would say. I can't find the right word to describe it.
Wow.
Okay. It's not sassy. It's very
glam.
Yes, it's very glamorous. Yeah. She has a very nice voice. It's very glamorous. So I'm quite excited to see where she goes from here. Another notable name. You want to bring us through the next one? Notable name. Go ahead.
Ricky Saints. So Ricky Saints.
Not Stux.
Yeah. So again, this is the his previous name in the AEW trips me up a bit. But yeah, Ricky Saints. He came to NXT, if I'm not wrong, 8 months ago, under a year. I think 8 months ago.
Has it only been that short?
I feel like at most a year. I feel
like he has been down there forever. I really think he's been down there forever.
A year. Yeah. He came after Blake Monroe. I think he showed up after Blake Monroe. I might be wrong.
Time flies.
Again, I dip into NXT here and there. I don't really follow week in, week out. But yeah, Ricky Saints, he's been in NXT, shall we say a year? Let's call it a year.
Yeah.
And I think he made a mark for himself. I think he's always been popular even in AEW, outside of WWE, the IWC. I also tripped that.
Yes.
The IWC has always been a big fan of Ricky Saints. So we will see what he does on the main roster, SmackDown, I suppose.
I've seen bits and clips of Ricky Saints as well. I'm gonna say that he does have the charisma.
Absolutely, yeah.
Again, his wrestling is not the kind of flippity dippity kind. It's he's athletic. Yes, I will compare it to a high IQ wrestler as well. I want to say one thing. His face, right? Pardon me for my French, but his face damn chibai. I want to punch him. I cannot stand his face.
I think he was heel for a bit in NXT. I'm not sure whether they changed him face. I haven't followed.
I think he had this partnership with Ethan Page, right? It's can the egos coexist kind of thing? Then the crowd was like buying into it, and then they kind of like turn face a little bit. But they separated the two of them. So excited to see Ricky Saints even more. We'll talk about Fatal Influence once we get there, but let's continue first.
Yes.
Right. Okay. This one is a big fat honorable mention.
We'll get through it, yes.
Jacob Fatu is the main attraction of SmackDown the entire night. He opened the show and he closed the show. So let's talk about what happened during the opening of the show. So Fatu, when you watched Raw earlier this week, we left off with Roman asking whether or not Fatu is ready to face Roman for the championship. Is he ready to shoulder that burden and all that kind of stuff? Fatu comes out. Obviously, he's not going to backpedal and say no, right? Then for what he appeared last Raw, right? Yeah. So he comes out and says yes, he's ready. He's going to do it for his family. And damn, the babyface pop is amazing. It was very loud. I
Yeah.
was actually watching it on low volume because I watched it
Right.
early in the morning. My wife is asleep and all, right?
Mm.
And I could hear the pop was so loud.
Wow. I did notice it, but I guess because I'm a big Fatu stan anyway, so
All gas, no brakes. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I will say, I mean,
Fatu.
on that note, he all his catchphrases are still there, but he doesn't have to rely on them so much anymore. And he hasn't had for a while, which is great.
I think, right. He used to cut his promos faster. Right now, I feel like he's very slow when talking. Do you catch that, or is it just my imagination?
He's a bit quieter. I think it's less slow, but less quieter because I think initially, from we talk about OG Bloodline, not the OG Bloodline, Bloodline 2.0, right? Like Solo's Bloodline.
Yep.
He was the real werewolf, but now they're really giving him the
Humanizing
deeper
him, I
notes.
think.
Yeah, humanizing him.
Yeah, I think they are humanizing Jacob Fatu. He doesn't look as unhinged right
Yeah,
now. He used to be very, very unhinged. Like even now, he's still unhinged, right? But you
in
can
the ring,
yeah.
definitely. But you're right. On the mic now, he's a
Less
lot more human.
Yeah, he's less unhinged on the mic now. But anyway, Jacob Fatu comes out to say yes. The Usos interrupt. And I found this very interesting because Jimmy and Jay were both saying different things.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And Jim took the lead first, right? I think.
I mean, I don't think it really matters who took the lead first. I just thought that Jimmy made a very interesting point. He said that, wait, let me think about it. I lost my train of thought. So basically, Jimmy is trying to get Jacob to go after Cody instead. Right, and Jimmy is trying to persuade Jacob to not go after Roman because he's not gonna be able to win, and Jimmy wants Jacob to be with the family again, and they can run the entire show, all that kind of stuff, right? Which I thought was very interesting. And while he was saying all of that, he was dunking on the crowd. He was like, don't let these fools out there tell you what to do. Don't listen to them. Listen to your family. And I thought it was a very random heel turn here. It's not a heel turn. Why is he cutting such a heelish promo? I thought he was a face.
Yeah, I think he's just playing into the, like you said, the big Fatu. You can't at this point. Fatu is so over. So maybe it was a way. I don't know. Maybe in the moment. But you're right about what Jim did.
What does that even mean?
In the moment, you just feel it like, okay, I don't
know. Jay was on the complete opposite. Jay was telling Jacob to go and get Roman. Right? He says that in order to go to war with Roman, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. He was giving Jacob the pep talk. So I thought it was a very interesting contrast. Like, are the twins not on the same page? And if so, why weren't they going like, what the heck? Why are you saying this?
Yeah. No, the fact that you're right, you're right to notice that at the start because that was definitely played up just before the match, right? So we'll get there. Why don't we talk about it chronologically because So at this point, MFT show up.
Yeah.
Yep. MFT show up, and then basically Solo says, forget Solo challenges Fatu, right? Saying, Jacob, you can't even beat me. Why are you bothering about Roman? And that sets up for the match later.
I think that's what Tama said. Was like, I mean, Solo interrupted. He said that he was the one that brought Jacob in and he's trying to get Jacob to realign with Bloodline 2.0. So it feels like Bloodline 1.0 is trying to get Jacob and Bloodline 2.0 is trying to get Jacob. So maybe there's going to be a Bloodline 3.0 at some point. But anyway, he's trying to get Jacob to rejoin them. And then Tama, interestingly, he grabs the mic, right? We know that he has his tensions with Solo for quite some time now. Yeah. Tama says, why are we wasting time with this guy? Right? He can't even beat you. Why do you think he can beat Roman? And everyone goes like, oh. Yeah, of course, Jacob gave him a super kick for that. But anyway, they set up a match for later in the night, right?
Yeah.
So we get to the main event. This was the main event, interestingly.
Yeah. And at this point, right before the match, there's another backstage segment, right? Between Usos and Fatu. And like you said, the twins weren't really on the same page. And here it was very obvious right before Jacob is about to go out because Jim is saying, hey, MFT is going to show up. we'll go outside with you. And Fatu says no, right?
He wants to do it by himself.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is understandable. That's typical thing.
Mm.
Then when the twins are left alone, you see them getting a little bit heated. A little bit,
Yeah,
right?
Jay was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, it's like, I told you, why do you bother, right? So
why do you? I mean, I don't think they were getting heated. Like Jay was kind of like, "I told you so."
Yeah,
why are
I
you
told
trying
you
to?
so, I
Why
told
are
you
you trying
so.
to reason with that guy?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think it was heated lah. It was just a see, I told you so. Yeah. Then we get to the main event. The match itself
Yeah.
is just a match, but the post match was what was more important because Jacob
Yes.
destroys everybody, every single one of the MFTs, except for Tala Tonga, who interestingly didn't show up for the entire night.
Yeah.
He just destroyed the entire MFT line. He beat Solo. He used chairs and he and tables were broken and all that kind of stuff. All the MFTs were just destroyed by Jacob. So before when the MFTs jumped him, right, he got the upper hand just a little bit, and then the Usos got onto the apron. They're like, "Come, let us help you," and he stops them.
Yeah,
no.
And he didn't. And honestly, he didn't need their help. He showed them he didn't need their help.
Yeah,
right?
that was pretty badass. I would say it was pretty badass for Jacob to say no and then continue destroying the entire bloodline, right? 2.0. So I noted down that this. I thought it was. Like I said, it was just badass for Fatu. I thought this was very awesome for Fatu.
Yeah.
It really raised his stock. Right? Because when he wrestled, when he had a match with Drew McIntyre, we see that he's going in still as a high level mid carder. Right? He's still going in as a high level mid carder. And when he's coming out, now he's going to face Roman. I would say he's going to break into the main event. Right? He's just nearly there. And I think this angle really, really helped him a lot. Right now, he's a very believable baby face who will go through any length to feed his family. Yeah. So I thought this really helped Jacob, and I really like where this is going for Jacob. But
I knew it was coming, and let me
if
hear
we
it.
flip the coin around, the MFT's very poor thing, really.
They didn't look very good coming out of this.
How the hell does 4 people lose to one guy? You tell me.
How does 4 Samoans lose to another Samoan, right? Like unless it's Super Samoan.
Yeah, the math doesn't add up. I'm telling you, if this was Dragon Ball Z, I think Jacob Fatu is like Broly,
Yeah, let me. You said also correctly. This is the main event. This is at the end of SmackDown. We will get into it later, but there was a similar segment, 3-on-1, in a women's match,
right?
And the outcome was different from this one.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Yeah, for sure, right?
So to me, you're right. I share that. I share your question mark in the sense of, what are you trying to teach us generally about numbers game in wrestling? In the pro wrestling context.
No, I mean, in the bigger scenario, right? I think the bigger lesson here to us is Jacob Fatu is very strong. He's a badass, right? But I can see where you're going. I can see why you can interpret it as, then the other lady who lost to a 3-on-1, then she no good lah, right? We'll talk about that later, but it really helps Fatu, but it really does no favor for the MFTs, especially when they are in the thick of their storyline. Okay, you can still spin this around, and I think maybe this is the route. I highly think that this is the route they're gonna take. Because now 4-on-1 and the MFTs are still getting their asses kicked.
Yeah,
it gives Tama Tonga more grounds to kind of like what's that term? Revolt against Solo. Right, it gives him more reason, but
mutiny was the word.
Mutiny,
pirate term, mutiny.
Yeah, mutiny is the term I was looking for, right? So I would say, okay, story. If we write it the right way, all of this will make sense. But what if they don't, right? Then the MFTs all look like clowns. I mean, they're halfway there. They already have face paint on.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're more than halfway there to me, right? But you're right. I agree absolutely about MFTs don't come out of this looking great.
Yeah,
and if they spin it the right way, okay. But
but anyway. We'll see Jacob on Raw because Jacob is gonna go say hi to Roman. That's what he said.
Definitely.
I really think the Usos is gonna play a key part to this as well because it's very interesting to see the Usos try to get into Jacob's head.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the titles here.
Yes.
Okay, we'll start off with the men's one because the men's were having a vacation.
Yeah. I think the guys were
The guys were having
on
a vacation,
holiday.
yeah. I think this we could more or less quick fire lah. Okay, let's talk about the men's SmackDown tag titles first. I really didn't have anything to say. I thought it was a very entertaining match. Okay, so this was again the MFTs.
Yeah, again MFTs. I think it's Tama and JC, right? Tama Tonga and JC Mateo.
Yeah,
right?
Tama and JC against R-Truth and Damian Priest. It's a good match considering 3 out of 4 of these guys were from the indies.
Yeah.
Right, it's a very work rate match. I like what I was seeing. R-Truth, obviously R-Truth definitely carried his weight despite being 50-ish. So good on him. One thing I took away from this is I really wish that we can get more of R-Truth and Damian Priest interacting because I think the contrast in their characters is so hilarious and easy to absorb.
Do you mean backstage or even in ring?
Hey, anyway, just talking to each other. I think that every time they have a segment or when they interact with each other, like talking to each other, it's always a very funny conversation.
Yeah.
Like even back in the Judgment Day days,
That's
right?
true.
I don't think they have ever missed a interaction with each other. It's always quite funny. Yeah, you have any take on this?
I mean, this one again, I think the match was, you're right, it's fine because you like you said, three out of 4 had made their name outside of WWE, right? The very first thing I noted is MFTs already, and this is not the main event, right? This was early on, I think first half of the show.
Maybe midway through the show.
Midway of the show, right? And the very first thing I noted is MFTs are floundering. This was a title match, right? This was a title match. Solo has been telling them for weeks, let's go and get it. First was the Wire 6, now it's R-Truth and Damian Priest. So at this point, it's hard to take them seriously as a tag team contenders.
No, I mean we already said just now, like Jacob. Because sequentially this happened before the Jacob thing.
Yeah, exactly. Sequentially.
So it was hard to sorry. This was already hard to believe. It's hard to buy into their shtick when they lost this match. They never looked like they were going to win anyway. Yeah. So like. MFTs, like, just break them up lah. I don't see the value anymore. It's worse than a bootleg bloodline.
Oof. At this point, you're right, man. It's not even bootleg. It's don't know why. It's super imitation. Don't know how to put it.
But you were going to make a point before that. Is something about
the other point I wanted to make is, I mean, we've been saying this for a while, but given, and we will mention this, given that the Wyatt 6 also got released from WWE.
Oh, we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later, right?
Yeah.
And I think I was watching this when most of us in Singapore were watching this, the news about the releases had just come out, right? And so I was watching this match, and yes, you're right, like the match is fine, but besides Wyatt 6 and MFT, what's the SmackDown tag team title now? The SmackDown tag team title scene.
Wait. What about the lantern? Did he return the lantern in the end? He did, right? Wow. They did, right?
I want to say yes, right? Like
Tama gave it back to them. Okay, they did.
Uncle Howdy got the lantern back, right? Yes. So I mean, coming back to, I think that story, is that story completed? Whether we got to see the completion, but besides MFTs and Wyatt 6, what other tag teams are there?
There's a Fraxium.
Okay, I forgot about them.
But that's more or less it. Los Gazas.
Los Gazas, okay.
Okay.
That's 3 tag teams.
Fun. The entire WWE with only 3 tag teams.
3 or 4 tag teams. So that's the taste I had in my mouth at the end of this match.
Right. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. The men's US titles. New champion Trick William comes up. So it turns out Lil Yachty is going to be hanging around apparently.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, okay, so Lil Yachty I guess he's going to be a valet from now on. We haven't seen a lot of those.
I don't know why is there a need for...
No.
Like, Trick doesn't need that. Trick can talk well. He can carry himself well. He doesn't need a mouthpiece. And I feel that Lil Yachty being in there, it takes time away from Trick. obviously it's a celebrity thing. TKO wants money. You know, at this point we have established that already. But like, why put him with Trick? Is it because they are of the same?
I think I don't know how Trick the performer feels. Maybe he like enjoys like, oh, I like a sidekick. Maybe he's okay with that.
I'm sure lah, but
right?
as a viewer, I don't understand why is there a need to put them together. Trick doesn't need it.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
Liu
Trick needs it.
if Liu Yachty can shut up during Trick's entrance, because he still goes like, yeah.
I hate it.
I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it. He's trying to be a Jey Uso in freaking Trick's entrance. He's going,
in between the whoop. Trick. Yeah. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
I hated it. It's so annoying. It's so noisy.
The only part I liked about Liu Yachty's whole appearance this segment was near the end he threw dollar bills, but none of it reached the crowd, which was a bit stupid. But
yeah,
he made it rain, but the rain didn't reach the ringside even.
Speaking of the end, right?
Yes.
The gingerbread man.
Yeah, so the gingerbread man actually walked out along with them, right?
No, it's like before they woke up, they did the Goldberg thing. It's almost like a Goldberg thing, right? He knocked on the door, let's go, and then the gingerbread man come out. Then I thought, that's a Goldberg entrance. It's pretty funny.
At this point, I was, the first thing when I saw the gingerbread man, I'll be honest, I said, at one point, Sami Zayn has to appear inside.
Sami Zayn.
Blah, blah, blah. At one point, Sami Zayn has to appear inside it, right? Lo and behold, this was that night. They pulled the trigger very fast on this gingerbread man joke, I guess.
I thought it was ironically hilarious.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, he was inside the gingerbread man costume. He attacked both Trick and Liu Yachty. And the attack itself was quite funny because like Trick was facing one side, Liu Yachty was facing the other side, and Trick got laid out first. And then Liu Yachty just turns around and goes like, what happened? He runs over to check on him. What happened?
When the gingerbread man with the cane is right in front of you.
Yeah, and you know what it feels like? It feels like, again, like one of those games where the AI is just dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Like the suspicion meter fills up and the AI goes like, who goes there? It must have been
if
the
this
wind.
was real life, you would have seen me. Yeah.
It must have been the wind. It was nothing. so that was really funny. Yes, but this I mean, Sami Zayn has been a heel going into WrestleMania, and he more or less didn't do anything wrong up to then. You can justify his actions, but this was a clear cut. Okay, let's just say that he's a heel already.
Yeah.
I thought this was a very interesting character anyway for Sami because like in his mind he's I didn't do anything wrong. Right? He hasn't done anything wrong, but yet people hate him, and I think that these kind of character developments are quite interesting and fun to watch.
I agree. When after the beatdown happened, I noted also Sami had, how I describe it, Sami had a cheeky look. Like almost like a puppy that peed on the wrong spot. They're like, poor thing, like I know I did something wrong. Like you said, previously he's been like, I did what I had to do, but now he's like, I did something wrong, but poor thing me.
He embraced the voices in his head. Anyway, I don't think we're gonna get the Carmelo Hayes and Trick stuff soon. That's okay. I'm okay with that because I would say if we give it time, right, I would rather see a Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams at SummerSlam because it's a big show, and I think both guys get to shine over there. If you bring in Carmelo Hayes now, like right now, you might finish the feud before you even get to SummerSlam, which is like what, 4 or 5 months away.
4 months away.
So I don't think I want that. So it's good that Melo is not involved here. But funny enough, Ilya Dragunov has also kind of like fell off the map already. I don't know where is he. For all you know, just now we say got no tag team, right? Then you know, this
so Melo and Dragunov.
Yeah, this bromance will become a tag team.
I don't mind it, but then okay, we'll see. I actually don't mind that idea. I don't mind it, but
Alright, let's move on to the main title, the WWE title. It's a very, very short segment. I don't want to give it too much time because it really, there's nothing much to say about this. Cody Rhodes, he comes out for a live promo. He he fired at TKO. He fired shots at
did.
TKO. Yeah,
Without mentioning it explicitly, but he definitely
he
did.
used the term external forces getting into his business, right? He's telling these external forces to stay out of his business.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this promo obviously is given to him. There's no way he's gonna randomly shoot on TKO. Same with Punk. You know, they are trying to get them to say things to get the media buzzing. So I don't think Cody Rhodes is shooting on TKO. This is probably a worked promo. And we didn't get an answer to who is up next for Cody. CM Punk did kind of like hinted at it at Raw, but on SmackDown, we didn't get a real answer to it. So he kind of like sent out an open challenge, like anyone, even from NXT.
Yeah. Yeah. My read from that is also, I hope they're done with whatever the Randy Cody storyline ended up being. I hope. Because now it's an open challenge, but...
You want to bet next week Randy comes back and attack him?
Okay.
Okay, let's say, right?
Yeah.
Viewers of the podcast, we're going to say next SmackDown, Randy is going to show up and attack Cody.
People are going to riot, aren't they?
Hopefully no Pat McAfee lah. Huh?
Yeah, I think I'll be okay if Cody and Orton continue without the celebrity shenanigans.
For sure. You see, Jenny Rhodes is not even around anymore. Jenny Rhodes didn't show up once. It's a good thing, but it just proves our point that his involvement is for the money. It's for
Didn't add anything. Yeah.
It probably did, right? It brought eyes in, right? It probably did, but he's never gonna stick around. Then why are we wasting so much time on him? Money lah. Every time we ask a question, we're just gonna go back to money lah. Money.
Okay.
It's a Mr. Krabs impression. Joseph probably didn't watch SpongeBob
I'm a bit too old for SpongeBob, but I get I am conversant with the meme. So if you throw a meme at me, maybe.
Okay, let's talk about the women's division. The women's had a lot of thingies going on. We start with the women's US title match. So Julia puts her title on the line on Tiffany Stratton. But before that, in a backstage segment, we had a little bit of tensions going on between Julia and Kiana James. They were both being passive-aggressive to each other for not getting on the WrestleMania, which I thought was a little bit hilarious.
Well, pegro is the right word. I think I was like, this is, both for being pegro. And given what happened to Tiffany and Julia, which is Tiffany got the title of Julia, right?
Wow, I didn't realize we're going there already. Okay.
We didn't go there. I mean,
just jumped the gun already.
I jumped the gun. Okay.
So, never mind. Let's give some context since we're there already. Yep. So Tiffany Stratton did face Julia for the for the title. It was a solid match, but it's those kind of go. There's actually not much selling in it. They were, I think they were rushing. A
little bit. It was fast paced for sure.
Yeah, but Tiffany Stratton obviously is going to win this match. There's no way Tiffany is going to lose. On paper, she's a bigger superstar than Julia. And
we've been saying this for a while. Yeah.
Let's talk about the business and creative standpoints, right? We're gonna give, like I said, give credit where it's due. Tiffany is a bigger superstar than Julia. And now that the US title is on Tiffany, it helps to elevate the title scene a little bit. I'm not sure whether or not they will still fumble with this, but it's their game to play now, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Right. It's gonna get elevated by Tiffany, and it's gonna bring some relevance because the US title before Mania, it's more or less irrelevant and non-existent.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Which we've discussed before. It's not the fault of the performers, right? For whatever reason, creative wise, maybe business wise. They didn't want to. Julia didn't see that much action as US champion.
Yeah, you can't show your stuff if you are not on TV. So Anyway, it is definitely going to gain some relevance with Tiffany Stratton, hopefully. But who is going to face Tiffany Stratton? Hard to say. Maybe. Blake Monroe.
I wrote down Jordan Grace, but I see your light bulb moment for you.
Blake Monroe.
That also occurred to me this morning as well, right?
Yeah, the match sells itself. Okay, guys, viewers of the podcast, I will bet with you. This coming Friday, Blake Monroe will interrupt Tiffany Stratton. Let's go.
No, I agree. The match writes itself because they're both blonde hair, bushy-eyed, right? They look the
it's
part.
I think it's less of the looks, but
Really?
the characters.
Okay, no, looks and characters, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Both of them are your kind of cheerleader template visually.
I wouldn't say that.
Character-wise, no. Character-wise, no, but yes.
In terms of, I think maybe in terms of, I think what Joseph is trying to say is the looks. When you look at Tiffany Stratton, what her character is, oh, I'm a pretty blonde, I'm a pretty girl, everything about me is girly. And then Blake Monroe is kind of like, I'm a lady, I'm also very pretty. So I think the character is it's not that contrasting. So it's like, who is the prettier girl kind of thing.
Yeah, who is glamour or who is more, blonder.
I'm sure I'm underselling it, but you guys can connect the dots lah, right? So I highly think that Tiffany Stratton is gonna see Blake Monroe. I don't think Blake Monroe is gonna go straight for Rhea Ripley because that would totally squish her, right?
I agree with your Blake Monroe suggestion because also I wrote down, who we've been talking US title. Jordan Grace was in the US title scene for a little bit, remember?
Yeah.
People who saw NXT.
Sorry, she was the one who lost to Tiffany Stratton for the number one contendership.
Yes. Jordan lost to Tiffy, right?
Yep.
Back in NXT, Jordan and Blake Monroe have history. So that will be also interesting to play in as well. Three of them in the US title scene.
Yeah, I think this is a welcome change of pace. As opposed to, the US title being a hot potato. Because like we say, give where credit is due, right? When we talk about Julia with the title, I can't really say I can give her credit, right? She did look nice with the championship, I would say. But has she really done anything significant with it? I wouldn't say yes. Not really. In fact, it was a hot potato for like months, right? Between her and Chelsea Green and I think Zelina.
Yeah.
So I don't even remember. All I remember from this entire US Championship saga between Julia, Zelina, and Chelsea Green is Chelsea Green being a funny person.
Herself.
So it's not a good look on the champion itself. So I think this is a step in the right direction. Maybe let Julia kind of like fade out a little bit and let's figure out something for her.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Julia going on. I think her and Kiana James, they started to see a little bit of a feud. So hopefully that works out for both of them.
Yep. Okay, let's talk about the women's tag titles. So I complained about this for the Raw review.
Okay, yes.
We get a live segment. Paige and Brie Bella come out. Okay, there's a lot of things going on here actually. Paige and Brie Bella come out, and then they finally give Paige the mic to say, "I'm back." But Brie Bella didn't really do a good job in the promo. She's so boring.
Well, at this point, can I just say, Brie Bella? Maybe I'm just being nitpicky here.
You're not.
The way Brie Bella held her title looked like she was holding a dead rat. I don't know whether you noticed that.
Guys, Joseph doesn't like the Bella twins, just so you all know.
I don't.
As a little bit of negative bias. The way she was
handling the tag team title belt, it was like she was holding some wet rag or dead rat. I don't know. That's just me, maybe.
Okay, I will concur that it's quite painful to watch Brie Bella. I'm sorry, guys. Now,
having said that, the nostalgia pop for Paige, I have to give it to her. I think everyone I saw it on her face. You can see it in the audience. You can hear it in the audience. I think, I'm glad Paige is back. I hope, from what I understand, is full time. So good on her.
So, we said this on the review, earlier this week, that I think we are both on the same page. No pun intended. We're both on the same page that Paige deserves this return. Right, I think everyone is excited to see Paige. Right, she's not a bad wrestler. Promo is okay. She's a decent performer, is what I'm trying to say. And also we all know her story, right? She got injured. She had to retire, which is never a good thing, right? And she came back from that, so props to her. A return at WrestleMania really kind of like gives us that full circle, but I hated that they won the title. I didn't think they needed to win the title. There's just absolutely no reason why they should win it. Like I said, the ladies who are all involved in this, they might have been okay with it.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, it's business. But it's just so frustrating to watch, right? That these nostalgia acts, they come back. They haven't really done anything to kind of like build themselves. Just based on credentials alone or nostalgia alone they win the titles, then it's so frustrating because all these other ladies, right, they spend the entire year wrestling like what 2-3 matches, maybe 2 matches a week, maybe even more than that on your tours. They do so much work, they slog it out in the tag team scene, and they go to WrestleMania and then Paige appears and LOL, Paige wins, right? Brie Bella wins, LOL, right? So they might be okay with it. For me personally, when I watch it, I feel very frustrated for them.
Yeah, I
mean, it's no different from a corporate situation, right? This guy who has...
You show up every week, every day, but they just pull up a golden boy who drops in from nowhere, right? Almost.
So it's very relatable. If they are, if there's someone upset with it, I would 100% say it's justified. But let's talk about the match itself. This
non-title match. This was a non-title match.
Correct. Yeah. So Shalexa, they come out to stake their claim again. They're not happy that they lost. So they do a match. Halfway through this match, we had an interference from Fatal Influence. I'm not very familiar with Fatal Influence. I don't know their game, again, because I don't watch NXT. I do see bits and chips every now and then. But I don't know what Fatal Influence is. But if anything, right, I went in with a clean slate. That's what I'm trying to say. And the way they were introduced, I think it was done really, really well. With this segment, I take them very seriously.
100% agree with you about their introduction. I thought they looked dominant and fearsome, even though if you don't follow NXT, you actually might, like you said, you don't know who they are, but they look great.
Yeah, they look great. I would even compare it. Okay, guys, don't flame me for this, but I would even compare it to the Shield's debut.
Okay, I'm not going to flame you. I guess you're right. It's hard to because now it's rose-tinted glasses when we talk about the Shield. But yeah, maybe this might be a pivotal, influential, pun totally invented.
Okay. If the Shield debut was a 10 out of 10, I would say this was a similar situation, but maybe a 7 out of 10. And that speaks highly of how good it was, right? Based on their introduction. I take them very seriously. They didn't come in like jobbers.
No.
Right?
No.
They didn't come in like I'm not saying Sol Ruka is a jobber, right? But they didn't do it the same way as Sol Ruka. Right? Sol Ruka, I would say I still don't really know what her power level is. Because she lost to Liv Morgan. But with these three, I instantly know where they stand in the hierarchy. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way of putting it.
Right. So, sorry. So I thought they did very well with this debut. Yeah, you agree.
I agree. But this is not the first time they showed up that night. We will get into it.
Then we'll move on, right? The women's WWE title, we got a new champion, Rhea Ripley, coming out to do a live segment. And this is where Fatal Influence appears again. So 2 segments in one night. So that means WWE is very high on them. 2 segments in one night. And when I say high on them, also is because they appear in a Rhea Ripley segment. And not everybody gets to do that. Right? Because Rhea Ripley is a mega star. The moment you work with Rhea Ripley means that they have a lot of faith in you.
Not just a segment, JC Jane goes on to have an impromptu match.
With Rhea, right? Yeah. So JC Jane of the Fatal Influence comes out cutting a promo against Rhea, and there was nuclear heat.
Yes.
Like, I couldn't hear what she was saying.
You can't buy that kind of heat. I wrote down. You cannot buy. You cannot engineer.
Yeah, and it's on your first night, So like the interruption eventually leads to a match. The match itself, I thought it was good. Yeah, it was good. It was definitely not a pay-per-view level match, but it's definitely more than what you see on your regular programming. Yeah. And JC Jane at no point looked like she was fodder to Rhea Ripley.
No, absolutely. I mean, at this point, I think JC Jane, not Lainey Reed. JC Jane has been in NXT for 5 or 6 years already. So
long.
Yeah, so she's not, she's new to the main roster, but NXT for almost close to half a decade.
So that means Stephanie Vercaer came up faster than her. Well, I cannot imagine the Pikachu face.
Stephanie, Julia, I mean, Blake as well, I guess, if you want to talk about Blake Monroe.
Pikachu face.
So by no means is JC Jane green.
Yeah.
And you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, I mean, like, I buy that even more right now. Okay, I would say, right, again, being put in this spotlight with Rhea Ripley means a lot of things, especially when it comes from a creative standpoint. I would say it's quite funny how a entirely new 3-woman stable has completely outshined our most recent 3-woman stable.
Yeah, not just you don't even talk about Mike. Aura already, they already 2 levels above, I want to say. What is it? The what was the name? What's her name? What's Jake Cargill's faction's name?
The Takeover.
I can't even remember the name. Number 1 for me, right? The Takeover. It took them a while to. It took them what? It took them 3 weeks for us to. Okay, they look decent as a faction, but this one, boom. I think if I'm not wrong, again, I don't watch a lot of NXT, right? But I think Fallon, Henley, and JC Jane have been together for a while. Lainey Reed only joined a few months. So actually, Lainey Reed has been pushed quite fast.
Right.
But as part of this package, Fatal Influence.
Or maybe she's the Roman Reigns of this stable.
Oof. yeah. But you're right that going back to the point you were making, I agree. Takeover versus Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence wins hands down.
It's a son and a dwarf. There's just no way. I just found it really funny. Does it mean that Jake Cargill, BFAB, and Michin, does it mean they suck? Probably not, but also maybe. It's hard to say what went wrong. Okay, if we can do a whole episode about this, I'm sure. But I'm glad that they didn't make the same mistakes with Fatal Influence as they did with the Jake Cargill faction.
We'll see where the takeover goes. I hope.
I would say, I think right now we know where Rhea Ripley is heading. It's gonna be a feud with Fatal Influence. I'm just a little bit worried that, if we flip the coin around, maybe they are gonna be fodder to Rhea Ripley. It's like, Rhea Cena Ripley kind of shit where she beats all 3 of them
individually. So let's talk about, again, I think just to draw it back, when I said about Fatu, we talked about Fatu just running his way, mowing down MFTs, right? Rhea has not been able to do that with the takeover and also now with Fatal Influence, which...
You know what's going to happen? I'm not going to say it's going to happen. You know what would be funny?
What would be funny?
Yo, Sky!
Yes, given that Kairi Sane has been released as well.
We'll talk about that right after this. But Yo, Sky right now is very free. So they can have... Io Sky can come back and help Rhea Ripley, and then they can have their 3rd emotional farewell.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't know if they were... Okay, so again, post-match, so there was an interference. The match was thrown out. I said Rhea cannot handle the numbers game because it was a 3-on-1 beatdown. Yeah, right? It was
total destruction.
At the end, after the match, there was also a very short backstage segment between Shalexa and Rhea, right? So and then Charlotte Flair said, "Oh, I'm going to take on JC Jane next week." Maybe.
So I think this kind of storyline is going to lead to, enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's not interesting. This is way better than having Io Sky run in again.
That's true.
I would like that, but because they do the emotional farewell too many times a year, but so that's more or less it for the SmackDown review. As Joseph has kind of like insinuated over this podcast, we did have some releases. I don't have the full list with me, but we have a lot of names, some big names, some of the smaller names as well. Let me just go ahead and say that, releases is never fun, right? Losing your job is never fun. That's your livelihood. That's the income you get. That's the bread that you bring back to feed your family or yourself. My heart goes out to all the people who lost their jobs, who got released. I don't know some of them, but obviously the bigger names, these guys are talented. I'm sure these guys can find work outside. I'm sure they can get back onto their own feet, and I hope like everyone who got released can get back to their own feet. Like we talk about some big names: Aleister Black, Zelina Vega. Aleister Black came back like last year?
Yeah, about slightly over a year, I would say. Yeah.
Slightly over a year. He didn't really do much. Maybe he turned Randy heel because he
Maybe there
maybe
was
he
Pat
turns
McAfee though. Don't
maybe he turns
give Pat
Sammy
McAfee
heel.
credit.
But he didn't really do much.
Yeah.
I would say Zelina on the other hand did more than Alistair, I would say.
Yeah, I mean she was like I said, US champion for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So we also had, as Joseph mentioned, Kairi Sane. The Kairi Sane one was the most painful one, I feel.
It is. She is. I mean, we will never get the payoff or the finishing of the Kabuki Warriors storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this storyline was building steam, right? And people are starting to talk about it. And you can really see people getting behind Kairi Sane. And we are all anticipating, her breakaway from Asuka, but that didn't happen because she got released. And this wouldn't be the first time that Kairi has been released. Same with Alistair, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it really, really sucks that, we won't get a finish to the story, but, I'm sure there are a couple other names. Are we some
Motor
other big
City
names
also.
at
Motor
least?
City also got
Yeah.
released. Yeah. So
Motor City Machine Guns sitting in catering for so long, they could have been your tag team champions for a longer period of time. Right?
agreed.
It's so frustrating, right? They are commonly used in the backstage segments. In fact, they had this storyline with Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah. But that I guess that's over.
That's over. Wyatt 6, yes.
All of them, right?
All of them.
All
of them,
five,
right?
yeah.
So when they return, right, I think the Wyatt 6 one, I would say is the worst downfall, I feel.
Yeah.
Right? Because they came back with so much hype, and credit to them, they made it work for a little while.
Yeah.
Right? When they first came back, it was pandemonium. Like backstage, it was like a complete crime scene. It was blood all over the place. And then like we were also hyped for Wyatt 6. But the gimmick was so strong and hard to book, I feel. Even as a creative, right? I can see the limitations of how to book them. If you book them every single week, then the mistake no more already.
Right.
And they have to lose every now and then. But the problem with that was in the environment they were in, they only had the MFTs to work with that will believably go up against them. But because the back and forth was never ending, no one took them seriously anymore.
Yeah.
And they went from supernatural to tag team champion to fighting for a lantern. Can you just listen to that? How crazy the downfall is. So whether or not they're wasted, I can't really say because we never got to see them in a actual good storyline.
Yeah.
Can't say they were wasted, right? Yeah, so it's very heartbreaking. And of course, there's one name that we must mention as Singaporeans, and that is Dante Chen. Right. Those of you listening to the podcast, if you don't know, Dante Chen is a Singaporean. He is the first Singaporean to get to WWE, which has, obviously he's the first. It's never been done before. Now, I know Dante personally. I've known him since 2013. He's a really good kid. He's very good at wrestling. He's always, very open-minded and I loved, training with him back in the day. So when he finally got to WWE, it was so inspirational to all of us. So it gave us, Singaporeans like us wrestlers on a tiny red dot some hope that, hey, we might be able to achieve something outside of Singapore. So, Dante, Ringside Brew Wrestling Podcast, we thank you for your achievements. We thank you for your efforts. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
And we look forward to what you have in store, what's down the road for you, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see you around, Dante. Thank you for everything. But yeah, that is more or less it for our podcast. Again, our heart reaches out to those who got released. We hope that they get back on their feet. Yeah, time to wrap up the podcast. As always, people, like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts,
Apple Podcast, yeah.
YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Simply just search us up, Ringside Brew Wrestling Podcast. And if you prefer short form content, put it go to our TikTok, go to our Instagram. We are at ringsidebrewpod.sg. Give those a follow. Right, and we do have a small donation platform. It's a buy me a coffee platform. I've set the donation amount to the really minimum, as low as can go. So if you want to do more than just the social media stuff for us, you want to support us, you can buy us a drink. If you don't want to do that, that's completely fine. We respect that. Just help us with the social media stuff. We appreciate that a lot. All right, guys. So that was episode 28. Thanks for tuning in. This is Dave signing off.
This is Joseph. We'll see you very soon.
See you guys.